Why is it so... Oh, I know why is it so low. Because of this mountain of crap over here. So... Why aren't you working? Am I missing something? Okay, so when you detect, so then you close them, right? Okay. So this should be working now. So if I open these out... Hmm. Hold on. Okay, I didn't play with these yet. Oh, they did add some of the new stuff already that I didn't play with yet. I should play with some of this stuff. Oh, they did add some of the nice stuff. Okay, so are these all connected properly? Well, they are connected. Okay. I think they've made some changes because these should automatically open when there's no... But maybe I'm missing something. For now, let's open these BBs up. And we're also gonna tell them to start cleaning this up. Because we do want for those scanners to actually scan the sky properly. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. There we go. And they did work. They are closing them automatically. Yeah. But why am I losing power? That's what I want to know. Oh, there's a possibility that these are pulling more power than I thought they would. Yeah, each one of them is 120. Yeah, it works. It does work. It does work. I just failed to account for how much power that will be draining. But yeah, it works. It works. On FTL, I don't have enough. On FTL, I maybe have an hour. I didn't play a lot of FTL. I will. I always want to play FTL. I just, yeah. It's probably not gonna even show anything. Hold on, it's loading. No, it's. I. Yeah, 4 hours. I. No, not even 4 hours. 23 minutes. I've played a little bit of FTL, and that's pretty much it. Why are you so running out of power? Oh, hold on. You're running out of power because you're running from here. So this is working nice. It's just the problem of not being supplied with enough power, and that's because it's on this thing. So there's not enough power being put in. Yeah, the potential load is 2100. There we go. So yeah, this is working. As you can see, it's automatically closing them when it notices that there are meteors going in. It's just not scanning them very efficiently. I have to clean this up for that to be more efficient. It's because I have more than enough power being generated here. That's not an issue. The issue is there is 2100 of potential load here, and it doesn't pull enough power to power them all. So when all of these gates are being turned on all at once, then there's not enough power to run everything. It overloads the circuit, and then everything just says not enough power. It pretty much drains the battery right away. Because as you can see, I have here 6 batteries. This is another thing I'm going to do differently next time. Next time I will be putting more batteries here. How much? That's 17,000 times 6 of power. So we have more than enough power pumping in. It's just a matter of it didn't open them again. Oh, because it's detecting. It's detecting them. Yeah, if you want this to work properly, you need them to have proper detection quality. Unless you do that, it's not gonna work as intended. And this is being overheated because crap fell on top of it. So like I said before, this needs to be set up properly, otherwise it doesn't work. Next time I'm also gonna check if building mesh tiles will work, because essentially you need something to catch the debris from falling over them. Right now it's the proof of concept is this does work, and it worked for a brief period until everything came to a halt, and doesn't work properly because these are not scanning enough, and they're not scanning enough because there is a mountain of debris here which is not giving them a clear look at the sky. But it's at least we did what we aimed to do today. We got this thing and it was working. Now we want to clean up everything that's on it, so that these things can be fixed, and then we'll reopen it. I'm kind of rushing with these because I want to see them running again, and I'm making more mistakes than I should be making. And I think the germ situation is much better now. So every single tile here had like 10,000 germs. It's down to 1,000 something. So yeah, this is gonna clean up. Some would say that these should be cleaned up, but no, this is free oxygen. So yeah, it's full of germs, but the point it gets to here, there are no germs. Virtually, there are a few, but you know that doesn't matter. That's a very small amount of germs. The oxygen will kill off the germ, and you can even uh, make a specific filter for it. So I can block this off and make a vent here and just line up the odorizers there, and all of the oxygen there will be fine. Another thing you can do is you can automate a door with a germ automation signal here. So when the germs fall under a certain level, then the door opens and lets the oxygen in. So there are plenty of ways to go around it. You can do so many things. Next time we do this, because we'll be playing on a different asteroid, I will want to do a depolluted oxygen farm, but I'm going to do it better. I will try. Essentially, the way I have to do it, you have to get a thin layer of polluted water so that it evaporates constantly, and you need a certain amount of it. And if possible, either algae, not algae, but slime on the bottom, which creates even more polluted oxygen. And you just need deodorizers above it to get the germs out. It's cost-free and it's essentially limitless oxygen. And if you set it up properly, you can make more oxygen than you can use with 50 dupes. I'm serious. If you do make a big room, like this size, let's say, if you make a big enough room and you set it up properly, that will create an unnatural amount of oxygen. Oh, look, we have a promoter. Okay, he's out. Perfect. I don't like those. Yeah. I'm not I'm not a big time streamer, so I can't have any pay anybody paid to get the bots out of my stream. But it seems that this bot kicked the bucket already, so it's fine. If uh, if the bot is back, then the bot will get the boot. For now, it seems that the bot is away. Yeah, bots are unfortunate, but you know there's no way around them. That's one of the things that I have to keep in mind if my streams do get enough population to draw attention, then I will need to do something about bots more actively. But for a time being, I am enjoying the pleasures of being a small-time streamer, so the bots, for the most part, are leaving me alone. For the most part, it's not a rule, but I'm not having a big deal. I think this is the third one I had so far. And yeah, if I can count the number of bots I had in my stream on the fingers of one hand, I don't have a problem. It's a nuisance at best. Yeah, I do have enough. I'm actually quite pleased with this colony, all things considered. Why? Fertilization. We don't have enough slime. Oh dear, we have to collect more slime. Let's collect more. Uh, let's get all of this out, and then we're gonna go lower. We need more slime. We have almost 500,000 calories of food. We're not in any kind of a trouble. I'm very happy with how this base turned out. I was hoping that my very first base on stream would be looking proper and would work, and it's even better than that. I mean, I generally didn't have too many problems with none of my dupes except with Justin. Justin was being a troublemaker all the time. Justin, you sleazy devil, you. But apart from that, everything was quite fine. And at the moment, like I said, I can pretty much just focus them wherever I need them. They do about their daily routine. There is no mess in the base anywhere. Everything is working smoothly. As you can see, this is working. It did automatically open up when it detected that it was clear, and then stuff started falling and closed it. So it is working. It is quite enjoyable to see that something that you design works. That's one of the pleasures of these kinds of games. Yeah, Galaxy Squad, I know what you're referring to, but I am, like I said, oh, why did you... Oh, I believe I just moment ago mentioned Justin being a troublemaker. Justin here is the only one who constantly was managed to get hypothermia, slime lung. He almost died 3 times for burying himself. And now, again, he is the only one who managed to get stuck outside. And he made a mess into his own Atmos suit. Yeah, so I was saying, Galaxy Squad, I know what you're referring to, but I'm only going to be looking into that once I actually have a need for it. Right now, when a bot appears, I just boot it out. I mean, I get like 5, 6 people watching me, 10 on a good day, so I'm not in the position yet where I need to really worry about too much about bots. When I do, however, yes, then I will have to take care of it. But when I do, I will just uh, get either somebody to be an admin, or I will either hire a mod, or I will be the one in charge of the boot for as long as I can manage it myself. Because right now I can just kick out the perturbing slime right myself. Oh, something melted. So yeah, we have determined that this works and this works fine, but it needs a better scan range, and I also need to have a system for this before I make it open to space. But you know, live and learn, live and learn. Last time when I built this, it was on a different asteroid type, and it didn't have so many problems. But oh well, it's still nice to know it works. Okay, I did line them up more work. I'm gonna stock up on slime. I don't know why I left this strip of dirt undug while I was digging everything else out. Fleeing, so that means the Pinchro has an egg. Yeah, Pinchro has an egg. Another thing we will do differently next time around is we're going to have a proper incubation room. I didn't want to do a big one because I didn't know how many hatches I'll be going through, but when you take into account other creatures we could have ranched, you do want more than a single incubator. Also, I will be doing my rec room on a single floor next time around. Maybe like this, we're gonna have the mess hall and the rec room next to each other. What do you mean you have to put the graphics on 140p? Are you referring to the bitrate? Are you having some drop frames or a lag? Not really sure what you meant there. Hatchling. That's something I'm actually. That's the reason why I'm testing this. Oh, it's your internet. Okay. Because oh, you need some medical attention there, Max. Yeah. Okay. Like I mentioned at the beginning, the reason why I'm having my whole screen visible apart from just the game window is I'm trying to see if there's going to be any significant difference with the bitrate and the quality. I I'm still thinking there shouldn't be, but that's why I want to make sure that if it's your internet, then you need better internet, my friend. So I say, but I actually need my better internet myself because I had some internet problems myself. That's why there was no stream a week ago. Uh, nice. Yeah, see the power doesn't reach all the way because there is a breakage in the line. And how much is this making currently? It's making full. It's making full 300. And that's where it goes. So these were detecting, but for some reason, because there is a breakage in the wire. Well, that was some chaos there. That was some breakage there. See what happens when it just one component goes away, and that's when the crap hits the fan. Oh well, there are some kinks we need to work through. Your internet sucks at night. It's good until 7:55 p.m. and then it go. What? Wh- I'm having difficulties absorbing that thought. So your internet goes worse after 7:55 p.m. Why? Normally, as far as I know, internet service providers give a cheaper service at the same speed during that time. So I'm failing to grasp the concept. Yeah, I understood what you said there. I'm just having difficulty understanding why would your internet service provider give you crappier internet after 7:55 p.m. That's what boggles my mind. I mean I think you need to change your service provider if that's how it uh, that's how it is. Okay, everything down here is fine. It's just up there where we're having some bombardment. The bombardment is to be expected. We knew that was going to be happening. And we can dig this out. Again, I have no idea why I'm not just digging out all the way to the wall. Why did I leave this patch here? You're listening to 6 hours of Doom. Is that like a Doom soundtrack? Okay, so we do have enough fertilizer there. And the temperature here has stabilized immediately. As you probably remember, there was big patch of orange over here. One Wheezewort took care of that. Doom soundtrack. Yeah, Doom soundtrack is very good. I would recommend that you listen to the soundtrack from. They did a remastered soundtrack of the original Doom, which is a good. But I would also, if you like that kind of music, the Quake 2 soundtrack made by Sonic Mayhem is very very good. I heartily recommend. It's Quake 2 is one of those older shooter games that had an amazing soundtrack. I really don't know what id was thinking with Rage, the game I mean, because it's so uncharacteristic for id for id Software. I mean, they did the Dooms, they did the Quakes, and then comes Rage. I mean, Rage doesn't fit. Rage is like a offshoot of Borderlands with less humor, and it has a really funny animations, especially for speaking and for movement. It's not a bad game, but it's tedious and it's lacking spirit that id games usually have. But yeah, if you like the Doom soundtrack, listen to Quake 2 soundtrack. Trust me, it's made by a band called Sonic Mayhem, and it is very good. It's also metal, so if you like metal, you're gonna like that. Okay, I didn't mean to let you do this, but do collect all of that. We need to clean everything up before we can let the light back in. So yeah, these sensors have to be working optimally before we turn this back on. This has to be dug out. We have to clear everything up before we put the light back in. But likely that's not gonna happen this stream. And but next time we build a colony, we will know, and we won't make the same mistake. You always learn something new. You haven't seen Rage. Uh, I will not recommend it to you. It's an older shooter game, and it's not bad, but it's subpar. It's subpar for id. I really don't know what they were thinking with Rage. I don't know what the grand scheme or what the grand idea was when they were making Rage. It's not their usual shooter. It doesn't have a brilliant storyline. It's very bland. The level design, I mean the level it's a post-apocalyptic world, but you know when you're looking at the world and you see a post-apocalyptic, like for example, Horizon Zero Dawn does a post-apocalyptic world well because the world is beautiful and it's green and it's full of detail and you can pretty much see the history of what was going on as you go through it. Rage just has the classic Mad Max scenery and it's boring. I'm sorry, but a large desert with ruins of modern cities in them is overdone. If you want to do something like that, you have to do something with it that actually makes it look more homey or impressive or lived in or something. I mean, in the world of Rage, that post-apocalyptic world has been lived in for centuries, and it looks like that meteor struck yesterday. It The world doesn't feel lived in. It feels like a set. It feels like it. It's just stiff, and that's weird because it made it. It made levels for Quake, for Quake 2, for Doom Eternal, which are absolutely magnificent. So I don't. Rage is just such a weird entry for a developer. I didn't even realize that Rage was made by id Software until recently. I was like, no, that can't be. That can't be that id made that game. That just doesn't make any sense. Turns out, yeah, it did. Horizon Zero Dawn is not good. It is amazing. It is hands down one of my favorite games of all time. The world is great. The story is interesting. the concept. I mean, when somebody tells you that you're fighting robot dinosaurs, you're getting the vibes, okay, this is some Saints Row 3, Saints Row 4 things, it's just ridiculous. But they actually make it that you can take it seriously. And if you can make a game in which you can take a robot dinosaur seriously and put it in a world and it makes sense for that world, you need to get an award. You need to get a range of awards for that. But the most awesome thing about Horizon Zero Dawn is the movement and control system, which is the most fluid combat system that I've seen in any. I don't like GTA 5 because it has a very stiff. I also don't like how combat is done in Red Dead Redemption 2 because the combat is stiff, because it's very cumbersome, it's slow, it feels like you're chained down, constantly pulling against some force that is pulling you down. In Horizon, it is fluid. It's like a ballet. Everything is moving nicely. You can roll through cover. You can dodge beautifully, and then you can be agile and attack and do complex movement at speed. It is wonderfully done. I wish that every single third person shooter, I wish Gears of War did it like that. If Gears of War had the control setup like Horizon, it would be 10,000 times better than it is. I like Gears of War, but I would like Gears of War more if its combat was as engaging as the one in Horizon is. The weapon variety in Horizon is not too much, not too little. You have a weapon for every situation, and that's marvelous. You don't have 100 guns that you can't use. You don't have 100 types of weapons. You have 5 weapons you can use. Each of them has some differences and some specific things you can do with them. Uh, but not just that, but how it is implemented on how you use those weapons. That each part of your enemy is not there for decoration. When you take off an armor of that T-Rex, it isn't just a fancy thing you did. You've uncovered a weak point that you can now shoot at. Or if that thing carried something, like a scrapper, if you remove a scrapper's mouth, he can no longer attack you with his mouth. It is amazing the amount of detail that everything is there for a reason, and it has a place in it. Imagine if such detail was implemented in other similar games. How much better it would be. We have run into the same situation again like before where this short-circuited. So again, let's disable, let's block their access and let them fix this. Why can't I mop this? Okay, mop it. The flying birds are very annoying. They are actually probably the thunderbirds or however they're called. They are actually the most annoying enemy in the game for me. And most of my deaths in Horizon Zero Dawn came from those birds. The large ones, not the small ones. The small ones are not that big of a deal, but the large ones, oh dear Christ, the large ones. They are really annoying. It's not really. It's just it's tricky because you have to keep looking up. So the bird itself, its attacks are you can dodge them easily, but because you constantly have to look upwards, it's difficult to know where you're supposed to dodge in, and then you dodge into the lightning bolt that it's firing at you. I'm pretty sure that it has a weak point that you can fire on it that actually grounds it, and then you can use the critical strike against it to defeat it more easily. And again, people will say, well, you just blow off the weapons off it because you can do that. Yeah, but it's moving and it's annoying. It's annoying. It's not as it's I find that bird more difficult than I find the T-Rexes or however they're called. They are not that difficult, and neither are the moles. Those mole things, the burrowers or whatever they're called. People find them difficult. There's only four of them in the game. I don't know why they find them so difficult. But they find them difficult, and I'm like, no, you just climb on an outcrop. They can't reach you, and then you just shoot them from afar. They're really not difficult at all. Just that bird is difficult. Yeah, thunderbirds. Yeah. Ah, the engines. Yeah, makes sense. That those would be the ones that down it. Scalding again. We have to fix this. We also need more storage space. We could just expand this. Or I could just build above. All of this is pretty much just for the stuff that falls from the sky. I could get the shovels here just so that they can eat all of that regolite off. I think that's one of the ways that you can handle them properly by just getting them to eat all the regolith. Because you don't really need regolith for anything except for filtration, and then again you have sand. And I think I'm going to make a ceiling here because I'm getting tired of all the flooding. So please build this as soon as you can, thank you. I don't know why I didn't do this before. This thing is melting and that's causing the flooding, and I should just deal with it right now. Although the snow that it falls will still melt, but yeah. Yeah, but when it's attacking you, you don't always have the luxury of shooting those off reliably. Also, you do need a precision bow to take them out because the small arrows won't do a thing to it. I mean, that will, it just won't do enough. You do need a precision bow. Oh, fleeing. There is a Pinchro egg here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Somebody needs to... there you go. The two of you are eating at the same desk. Did you sit in each other's lap? Max, use the triage cot, please. Food has decayed, that's fine, that's food for the pinches. Oh, we need to enable these because we are having a backlog of hydrogen, and this is gonna stop. This already stopped. So we are currently not producing any oxygen because we have too much hydrogen. There are four birds in the game, and you only get proper cover with one of them. The other three are in the open, so there's no roof that you could hide under. Only one of them has a cover near a building. The others are, one is above a river, One is on a rocky outcropping and one is on top of a hill. There's no cover that you can take. But yeah, if you can get it down, if you can get it to ground either by destroying its engines or by getting it to run through a trap, then yeah, a critical strike will damage it severely and it'll end it pretty effectively after that. And we are running out of natural gas. So that time of the year has come again, but we have natural gas here, so that's still fine. Well, this thing is dormant, so whatever's in here is in here. That's something that, again, something we will be doing differently next time. Uh, any gas that you can't save before this thing goes dormant is wasted. When this thing reaches its maximum pressure, it stops making gas. So you're losing a lot of gas. So you do want to make more of these. So that's another thing I'm going to do differently next time. I'm going to make more of these gas reservoirs for the gas before, so that we can store more for the rainy days. Oh, that's fine. It's not really point of contention. I didn't really have that much trouble Galaxy with them. It's just that they were more annoying than anything else. The only other annoying enemy in the game was the boss version of the Tyrannosaurus enemy that you find in that factory. Uh, because you had nowhere to hide, it was you and him against in the arena. Only later I realized that if you fire the armor removing arrows from the, you can take his launchers off and then use the launchers against him. Didn't know that in time. Because it kept saying you can use your enemy's weapons against them. But I didn't know how to rip them apart because whenever I shoot the weapon off, it would be destroyed. And then, oh, the Void Blast arrows. Oh. Yeah, because those strip without destroying. Okay. Let's see what's the situation over here. Making a lot of oxygen. That's what is happening over here. But also making a lot of germs. They are dying off in oxygen, but still. With these kinds of farms, you actually want to have these deodorizers really close to the surface, so that any germs start dying off before they reach here. You can see that they're dying off a lot, but not fast enough. So we're gonna dig this out. Yeah, oxygen is being made again. Yeah, but that's the thing. It can be so much easier if you realize that you can take them off easily with Void Blast arrows or whatever they're called, the ones that strip armor off enemies. And when you do that, it actually becomes very easy to defeat them. My first time around, I didn't know. I didn't know that those arrows actually take those weapons off immediately. Then the only weapon he has is that beam that he fires from the mouth. Everything else is stripped off. He doesn't fire any more machine guns at you, nor does he fire missiles against you. And I didn't know that. Okay, so let me see here. We don't have a pip anymore, which is sad. Um, Everything else is fine. This is not having irrigation. Oh, we actually don't have enough water for that. Oh, that's fine. These are making the water. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, you can't tame them at that point in the game yet. I think that you can tame them by defeating that boss, because that's the factory where you get that ability. So you can tame them later after that, but that boss version of him, you have to beat him because you get the ability to tame them from that factory. Okay, so we are now running on what's left of the natural gas. Not oh we made almost 100,000 food just in this stream. The second farm. We could take more dupes, really. Uh, I would like to deal with this germ situation first of all, so I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make deodorizers. They will have to have ladders. We want to get rid of some of the germs, so we're gonna clear this out. So by the time the air gets to here, it should be mostly clean. The germs will start dying out sooner. No, I don't really find that boss that troublesome anymore. That boss is now easy for me because now I know that I can take his armor, rocket launcher off and just use it against him. But back then, when I first fought him, I didn't know that. Like, that's what I'm saying. So right now, if I fought it again, and I probably will because I will be replaying that game again, uh, it's easy to defeat him because I just fire a couple of Void Blast arrows into him and take his weapons off. But that back then when I fought him first time, I didn't know about that, and I got ruffle stomped because there's no cover in that arena. There we go. And now you do this. And we're gonna dig this out as well because there's no point in keeping any of this here. There we go. Oh, and this one can't be reloaded, right? Right. There we go. This one we can deconstruct. Mm, are you referring to the armor with the shield, or are you talking about regular armor that you can get that's OP? Because I'm not sure that any of the regular armors are OP apart from the secret one that you can get that has a shield on it. The regular armors do seem to be quite well balanced. Not sure which one you're referring to. There is an end game armor that has a shield in Horizon, and that one is OP, but you can only get that at the very end of the game. So it's for your new game plus that it becomes useful. Okay, let's see. The dupes are happy. They're fed. Some of them sick. That's my fault for letting the germs run amok. It's gonna be taken care of. Yeah, the armor with shield, that's an end game armor. You have to get all of the keys, well, but all of the battery cells and take him to the crypt that you find in the beginning of the game. Uh, you need to solve a door puzzle, which is essentially just getting all of the battery cells in, and then you get that armor. The armor has a shield, a rechargeable shield on it. The last battery cell is just before you go with for the final battle in the final boss. So you can't get it early. You have to go through the story because almost all of the battery cells are in the story dungeons. So you can't get it early. You actually have to get it at the end of the game. But then when you start a new game plus, you start with it, and it makes the game a lot easier. I don't know where you're getting scolded. Is this it? No, this water is cold. Yeah, more. Yeah, this is where you're getting scolded. It's 150 degrees here, and I've disabled this. Yeah, well, we saw those solar collectors were working for a very short time, and then the nightmares fell from the sky, and now it's broken. But yeah, that happens. Next time we do this, it's gonna be better. Yes, I know you're getting scolded. Bear with it. At least all of this ice is getting melted right away, so we're just getting it out of here. Is this ice as well? Oh, it's glass. Somebody was going to fix that. This is also very well made. I'm very proud of this system for cooling. As you can see, it's not working at present because it cooled off the liquid to temperature where it doesn't need to be cooled anymore, so it stopped. Very happy with that. Everything working as intended. Some plastic. No, not that we need it for anything at the moment. So yeah, guys, this is how a colony looks late game. That you don't do much clicking, you mostly just direct them to do things. They run their little merry way, and you just pick the next projects you're gonna be building. In my case, I'm just trying to get all that upstairs cleaned up. But there's a million things we could be working towards. If I decided not to do this at the moment, we could dig everything up, we could. And most of the stuff is happening because of being careless. That's the beauty of this type of game. You can always have a new project. I'm actually happy that it doesn't lag as much as it did, which is good. And we're almost 500 cycles. That's the thing. What achievements did we get in this? I forgot where you can even see achievements. It's not something that I generally look at. It's something that's usually... Oh, zoom. Priority skills. I wonder where it is. They pop up when you actually make one, but I don't know where they actually can check them from. Probably is a button that I'm not seeing. I'm not really interested in them that often, so I don't check them. It probably isn't here. Equipment, systems, research, videos. Hold on. No, it doesn't say. No, it doesn't say. Curious. I don't know where to check them. It doesn't matter. Colony report, maybe? Colony summary? Ah, there it is. Colony summary. There are some of them that just we're not going to do. We got most of the normal ones. Yeah, another thing I always keep forgetting to do is I make a power plant, but I don't put. Let me see if I can put one now. So you have a station for every room, which generally improves its performance. And for a power plant, you have the power control station. So this needs 5 kilogram of 5 kilograms of refined material per use, and it makes chips. You put this in a power plant, and it increases the efficiency of the generators inside of that room. So that's something else that I'm going to be doing next time, because you can put those in the room even when you're not using them, and that increases the efficiency. And I keep forgetting about those because they weren't in the original game. They were added later on, and I never learned to place them as I was building, which is a mistake on my part. I should work out because I should put the farming station here and turn this into a greenhouse as well. But I didn't, and at this point there is no point in doing so. But next time we do this, I'll try to keep that in mind, because you can maximize the output of whatever room you have by putting a proper station in it. Like you always put a grooming station in a farm because you need that to have a proper farm. But you can put one in a greenhouse. You can make this into a nature reserve. Uh, it's you can play a lot. There's so many things in this game. I could talk about this game for 2 days straight and I still wouldn't cover everything that the game offers, which is amazing. And they keep adding stuff. They put it in a new update, and I haven't really got a chance to play around with it yet. But I think it brought some new stuff. I think plutonium or uranium or some radioactive material in any case, and that's gonna be a lot of fun to play with as well. We're gonna be playing with some uranium next time I do a colony. Right now, all I'm doing is just cleaning up, which is, as I said, one of the reasons why we're not gonna be playing Oni next week anymore, but Factorio instead. Let me check what's the coal situation. The coal situation is not good. We don't have any. So we will need to start digging for coal again. I might as well let this gas out. They won't be able to reach this.